Thank you for joining me, Lavonne Wittmann, in your Knowledge Through Inspiration journey, and I welcome you to our updated course on why Skål Clubs should offer orientation courses to their members. This podcast is being created by the Travel, Education and Florimond Volcare Fund Awareness Committee. This comprehensive review of Skål International's history, values, benefits and affiliations will equip your club with essential knowledge for orientation courses, enabling members to develop the skills and attitudes necessary to maximize their membership benefits and experience and contribute meaningfully to Skål International. Upon completing the orientation course, members will be able to understand the organization's mission, vision, and values, identify benefits and resources available to members, navigate the organization's structure and governance, engage effectively with fellow members and staff, access and utilize member-exclusive tools and platforms, recognize opportunities for professional development and networking, comply with the organization's policies and guidelines, and contribute to communities and forums. What is your attitudinal shifts after completing this course? Members would have an enhanced sense of community and belonging, an increased confidence in navigating organization resources, a commitment to organization values and mission, an openness to learning and professional growth, and a willingness to contribute and engage. So, why does Skål International need an orientation course? It provides a warm welcome and introduces members to the culture, value, process and rules of the organization, while empowering new members to maximize their global membership experience. It also instills a deeper understanding of our organization. It reduces confusion and uncertainty. It streamlines onboarding of new members in your club. It promotes global collaboration. And it strengthens members' loyalty, ensuring a strong foundation for a lifelong membership experience. Why is training and education crucial in Skål International? And there are many reasons for this. I've listed about 6 here, so let us start with number 1, and that is skills development. That's number 1. When members acquire the necessary skills and knowledge of Skål International, it enables them to implement the membership benefits more effectively in their business and their club, and be empowered to share these benefits with other members and prospective members. Number 2 would be an adaptation to change. Ongoing training ensures that members can adapt to new technologies, new trends in the travel and tourism industry, and new ideas in our organization process. Number 3, members' engagement. And of course, this is so important in clubs and in our organization because we are a membership organization. Investing in members' development shows that the organization values its members. Engaged members are more likely to be motivated and committed to the organization and look for new members. Number 4, the retention of members, which is also an incredibly hot topic now and in the past. And for this, members are more likely to be motivated and stay with the organization that invests in their success and knowledge through training. Number 5 would be a competitive advantage. A well-informed and trained membership can lead to innovation, a platform to share expertise, knowledge, and experience, and improved membership engagement strategies and increased visibility of our organization's advantages, leading to expanded membership and stronger retention rates. Number 6 is leadership development, and training within an organization can identify and nurture leadership potential within the organization, which in turn ensures a successful and effective succession plan. And the last one is number 7, an improved morale. Training and education can boost membership morale and lead to a positive membership culture. And like I often say, and for me this is a powerful statement, an educated member is an empowered member. As we know that if we empower our members within our organization, we as an organization will excel beyond. So before we start with the session, I just want to set the stage for a few things. I know that Jim Dwyer has said that I'm the queen of acronyms, and so I relate the word Skål to S standing for sustainable membership, because we want sustainable, long-term, effective, engaging membership. Your K would be the knowledge of the organization, and that's what we're trying to do in these training sessions. The A would stand for access to benefits and platforms that'll enhance your membership. And the L will be the love of Skål, because no matter where we are, no matter what continent, country, club, we have a love for Skål. Our members do make authentic global connections through trust, friendship, business and travel collaboration. Now, let's look at the branding, and I'm not getting into the intricacies of the branding that has been put out in our manual. But for me, brands are unique entities containing a lot of ethos. It contains the vibe of the organization. So good and effective branding is the key to our organization's success. And it is not only about a logo or a tagline, but actually, how are our members behaving? How do we operate? Who do we collaborate with? And I've read a lot of Martin Neumeyer sessions and books. He's an American designer, an author and speaker, and known for his work in branding, innovation, and design thinking. And he says, our brand is our reputation. A brand is a person's gut feel about a product, a service, or an organization. And that's for me, that's a heavy statement. So we have to be very aware of this. So for members to optimize our branding, as we call it, we need to ask the following questions. Who are we? What do we actually do? What does it matter in the entire global aspect of things? And how do we show up in the world? So as in a poker game, what is our ACE, ACE? And I've used again another acronym. A would stand for articulate your message. What strategies will our members and us use to clearly convey our organization's vision and values? The C would be communicate what we do and what we offer, but it has to be an effective, professional communication on what we do and what we offer. And the E would stand for educate our audience. Our audience would then be a member, a new referral, maybe addressing your club with sponsors and potential new members at a membership drive. Educate our audience on who you would like to do business with, because that is extremely important. and we'll go through that a little bit later as well with the demographics of members. What members are we looking at, quality or quantity, and so on. So that would then relate to who we would like to do business with. So now that we've spoken about that, you as your club or your national or area committee who is wanting to create orientation courses for your clients, what formats can orientation sessions take place as? And there are a few of them. This is up to you and your committee to decide what would suit your demographics, your location, your dynamics of membership. But let me give you a few examples. Number one is either have a one-on-one session that the club committee hosts for new members of their clubs, which includes how to navigate the Skål website, where to find information on the website, what have the manuals been written, where do we find that, who are the committees, what is the benefits and membership application process. Or you could do hard copy guides, which would include printed resources for new members that you can hand over to them. You could also have digital orientation guides, new members portals, or virtual orientation resources. And the fourth one is, I just have to get it, move it on here. The fourth one is to actually listen to recordings like this one, or the podcast that we have on our Skål app with them, and they can do it at their own time and their own place. So now the meat of this course would be what should be included in these orientation sessions. And this is extremely important. Remember, an orientation session is especially sort of aimed at new members. They need to know, what is Skål? Yes, you can tell them we meet once a month, we have a glass of wine, we network with the industry, we meet people face to face, we have congresses and so on. But now we need to get to the meat of what is Skål, because that's actually what the orientation program is aimed at. So we start off with an overview of Skål history. Of course, that's where we start. When was Skål International started? Why was it started? What are our vision and mission statements? What are our foundation pillars that we started on? And when we look back, Skål International was founded in 1934 in Paris. That was our first club established. And it was started by a group of members in the travel and tourism industry, like we would have done, like so many networking platforms have been started. But it was based on the following foundation pillars that are as relevant now as they were back in 1934. And that is, we have to have foundational pillars because, how else would we start? And as I said, these pillars are as relevant now as they were back in 1934. What is the first one? Trust. Collaboration, being able to trust people, to collaborate with them. They should have a knowledge of the travel and tourism industry. You could create a platform to share ideas, talents, and knowledge with like-minded people in your industry. It's joining an exclusive club, which we are, and it is also being able to focus on thinking globally but acting locally, because you are based in a club in a city. For the moment, Skål International is 12,268 members in 301 clubs in 84 countries, and it offers 45 different membership categories. Of course, these figures are not static, so please, before we get into the nitty-gritty of it, compiling exact information, you would have to check on these exact figures before compiling your session. We also know that Skål International is the only professional organization promoting global tourism and friendship and uniting all sectors of the tourism industry. Our vision is to be a trusted voice in travel and tourism. And our mission, which breaks up in 3 parts, which actually explains our visions, our mission so well. I just want to get there, is through our leadership, professionalism and friendship, we work together to achieve our vision, maximize our networking opportunity, and support a responsible tourism. Now we've looked at the history. Now let us look at the organogram of Skål International. Where do all the leadership, how do the levels fit into this organogram that is made up of Skål International? Now when we start from the bottom, and for me the most important level being the Skål Club, that represent the different cities in specific countries, and these clubs are operated by a club committee, which includes your club president, your vice president. Some of the clubs might have 2 vice presidents or not have a vice president, your secretary, your treasurer, and you have committee members with different portfolios. Again, each club has different portfolios, so they would then allocate how many committee members they need for these portfolios. That is level at the bottom. Your next level will be your national committee. Now, national committees are formed if there are more than 2 clubs in a country. And this will consist of a national president of that country, again a national vice president, you may have 1 or 2, a secretary and treasurer. And this national committee is voted on by the Skål Club presidents of the clubs in that country at an AGA, which is held annually. The next step, and this is not in all countries, but there is area committees that then form when there are many different countries in one region, which we find a lot now. We can refer to Asia and to Africa at the moment, where area committees are formed if there are many different countries in one area of the globe. And again, that committee will be represented by an area president and committee. Your next level will move on to the executive committee. Now, the executive committee is the governing body of Skål International, which oversees the management of Skål International by the General Secretariat that we have based in Spain. This executive committee consists of 15 people, which includes the world president, the president-elect and vice president, and directors for each of the 14 regions, as well as a non-voting delegate from the Skål Secretariat. The world president for 24 is Annette Cardenas from Panama City, Panama, and the vice president and president-elect for 2025 is Denise Scrafton from the Gold Coast in Australia. In this organogram, the world president and vice president will represent their areas, but they do not oversee a committee. Then we have the Skål International committees. Now, these committees have been formed, and that according to the new governance structure that came into effect on the 1st of January 2024, and are led by different executive committee directors. So each committee has a deputy director as co-chair, with another co-chair of the committee voted on by the committee members. As I've mentioned before, we have the executive committee consisting of 15 people. Remember, I said that the world president and vice president, president-elect, and the non-voting delegate from the Skål International Secretariat will not have a committee. So we are looking at 12 committees addressing different relevant and important subjects in Skål International. We'll just go through them. We have an advocacy, a global partnership and trade shows committee. We have a technology, including the digital transformation project committee. We've got the training, education and Floriman Care awareness committee, which I'm part of. We have a finance committee. We have a membership, development, a Membership Development Fund Award in Young Skål. We've got Sustainable Tourism and Skål Sustainable Tourism Awards, which we will address later on in this session. We have an Awards for Membership and Club of the Year and Global Aid Committee. We have a Sponsorship and Special Projects Committee. We have a Media, Public Relations, Branding and Marketing Committee, a Governance, Protocol and Code of Conduct, a Statutes and Bylaws Committee, and a Congress and Meetings Committee. And these are very important. So each executive committee director will have a committee to oversee. They'll have a deputy director of that region who's overseeing the committee as co-chair, and another co-chair that is voted on by the members of the committee. And then we get to the General Secretariat. As we've mentioned, this is the administrative body of Skål International, who is accountable to the executive committee. At the moment, we have 5 staff members which form part of this body and are situated in their offices in Torremolinos in the Costa del Sol in Spain. Of course, every international global organization needs auditors. So we have 2 internal auditors and 1 deputy who is elected by the Assembly in accordance with the bylaws of Skål International. These auditors are responsible to the General Assembly by submitting a report on the finances of Skål International, ensuring that the expenditures, fund status, and financial and operational management of the association are in keeping with the Skål International statutes and bylaws. We also have external auditors who are responsible for the adherence to the Spanish law that governs our organization because our offices are based in Spain. As a global organization, we have statutes and bylaws. Now, I'm encouraging every club president, their committee, to know and read through these statutes and bylaws, and in turn to be able to assist and guide your members in your club to familiarize everyone with Skål International statutes and bylaws. These foundational documents outline the rules, regulations, and guiding principles that govern our organization. We at Skål International have a lot of affiliations. Now, a global travel and tourism organization like Skål International needs affiliations with other organizations. And why? Because it fosters global cooperation, industry unity, a knowledge sharing platform, collaborative advocacy and policy influence, especially on government level, and of course improved member benefits. Now, who are our affiliations? So I'm just going to give you the names and a short description of who Skål International is affiliated with. Number 1, we are affiliated with UN Tourism as an affiliate member. Now, this used to be the United Nations World Travel Organization. They've changed it to the UN Tourism Division, and we are an affiliate member. The United Nations agency is responsible for the promotion of responsible, sustainable, and universally accepted tourism. Our second affiliation is with IIPT, and that of course stands for International Institute for Peace Through Tourism. And this organization is dedicated to fostering and facilitating tourism initiatives which contribute to the international understanding and cooperation to bring about a peaceful and sustainable world. And of course, every tourist can be a peace ambassador. Number 3, our affiliation with ECPAT. And this is an international network of organizations working together to end the sexual exploitation of children and even any tourism and tourist. Number 4 is sustainable travel. Now, this organization is transforming travel's impact on nature and people. Biosphere tourism. This is an internationally recognized sustainability certification program, which our members can also be part of. Number 7 is PATA, and that stands for Pacific Asia Travel Association, which is a non-profit membership association founded in 1951 and acts as a catalyst for the responsible development of travel and tourism to, from, and within the Asia-Pacific region. We then have an affiliation with Responsible Tourism Institute, and that is a community of destinations that lead sustainable tourism. World Travel and Tourism Council has been an affiliate of ours for many years, and they are the global authority on the economic and social contribution of travel and tourism, working with governments and international institutions to create jobs, drive exports, and generate prosperity. Now remember, this could all act as brilliant membership benefits to your members who are interested and are involved in any of these topics. We also have an incredible partnership with RX Global International, and they partner with Skål International at the following trade shows. We have WTM Africa, which is held in Cape Town, WTM London, Fitur in Spain, Matka in Finland, IMEX in Frankfurt and Las Vegas, and the IBTM World. Now, this is an incredible membership benefit because we are visible at these main shows. You as a member can come and aid and help and assist at one of these stands where you can promote Skål, yourself, and your business as well. So that is a huge advantage. Now we get on to, of course, the most important, which is membership benefits. We are a membership organization, and the benefits are the most important aspect of our organization. So I'm going to be putting it in a sort of formal tone, as well as then sort of change it into a more emotional way of explaining it to clients. When people come up to you and say, well, why should I be a member of this organization? So the points which are more formal is we have a global professional database of our 12,268 members. We have local activities at your club where you can then join in with other members, your community, other tourism forums. We have exclusive business opportunities between affiliate members or between members that are within our organization. We have travel and tourism trade shows, which we as members can be part of, where our organization becomes visible on these platforms. We have discounts and special benefits that are offered by members to members. We have an environmental commitment, and this is, of course, shown through our world-renowned Skål Sustainable Awards. We have members who have the opportunity that even though they join a local club, they have the opportunity to attend any of the 301 Skål Clubs worldwide monthly functions or any of their workshops or congresses. We have an academic and training activity option, which is our training and education committee, as well as the e-hotelier courses that are on the website. And we have a financial aid system, our own benevolent program called the Floriment Volcare Fund, which aids members in times of need. Now, to be more practical when this all comes and you're wanting to share it with people, because people need to have that emotional and practical idea of why they should become members. So I've changed that slightly. You can say you are never alone when you travel for business or leisure, because this relates to the large amount of cities and clubs and countries where Skål is represented. You have access to different talents and ideas globally. You've got Skål Intelligence, as we have put on our videos. We're all talking about artificial intelligence, but we here have Skål Intelligence, where we can tap on and get information with the different talents of different members across the globe, because it refers to our talented and diverse members we have. We have financial security in times of need, and this is referring to our benevolent fund, the only organisation that I know that offers this to their members. We also have a visibility at important travel and trade shows globally. That refers to our exclusive barter agreement with RX Global. And your small investment will reap large rewards. I've used the word investment because it relates to a long-term, a beneficial relationship. And if you think of what we are paying as membership fees, in many countries, it is far less than any other membership fee to any other travel and tourism organisation. So your small investment will reap large rewards for many years. Let's just talk about our benevolent fund called the Wittmann Fund. Now, this fund was created in 1954, 20 years after Skål was founded. And it was in the name of the founder of Skål International, Mr. Wittmann. And this was to provide an international aid tool for those members and their families who are going through tough economic times. The funds available for grants come from voluntary contributions from either individual colleagues, clubs, national and area committees, encouraging with these donations a spirit of solidarity and international cooperation among Skål members. And of course, that is what we are known for. Remember our foundational pillars that I mentioned before: trust, collaboration, being on a platform with like-minded people. Of course, there is a process for receiving these funds, so members who need assistance should fill in an application form which is on the Skål website under Members Only, list their circumstances, and of course each application will be presented to the 3 trustees of this fund who will either approve or decline the application. Another huge membership benefit is the Skål International Sustainable Tourism Awards. Now, this was started many years ago, and Skål has partnered with incredible names in this industry, affiliated, as we said, with many of these organizations. We all know that sustainable tourism practices have become a top priority in the travel industry, and this is driven by a growing traveller demand. So the Skål International Sustainable Tourism Awards recognise the outstanding efforts of individuals, companies and organisations working to preserve the environment and promote responsible practices. These awards provide a platform to highlight sustainable projects, products or initiatives, and then receiving an award in the 9 different categories we offer increases the availability and the visibility of these entrants. It shares best practices with a global audience, and it also celebrates innovative projects that simultaneously benefit the environment and society, which fosters a culture of positive change. Now, this can be one of your members, and this could be one of the membership benefits you are selling to these members. The twinning of clubs. Now, we have a twinning of clubs, which means it's an agreement between 2 Skål clubs that can foster collaboration, exchange ideas, and enhance member benefits even further. So what are the advantages of twinning? And there are lots of them. And I sometimes think that we don't look at all of them the way it should be. But number 1, it's a cultural exchange and understanding. You're having 2 clubs, maybe in different continents, in different countries. You have further networking opportunities, more niche, more focused networking opportunities, because you might have a member that is only focusing on a certain area in the globe. You've got shared knowledge and best practices in each twinning club location, which you can feed off from. You can have collaborative events and projects to go and to have an increased global presence. Of course, you've got the friendship and camaraderie with this. You've got mutual membership discounts. You've got shared educational resources. You can have joint webinars and workshops, mentorship programs, cultural exchange programs. You can either have exclusive travel packages and rates for reciprocal familiarization tours for members. And you can collaborate on sustainable tourism initiatives. This is an absolute brilliant way of even having further networking and collaboration between different clubs. Skål International, being a global organization, has a World Congress every year, which is held once a year at a different location, and all members are welcome. The World Congress includes the annual General Assembly, an opening ceremony, workshops, gala dinners, tours in that specific destination. But most of all, you are sitting in one area with so many countries represented, where you can have lunch together, you can have a drink together, that you can network with your global membership face-to-face. Members of Skål International can also attend any area or national committee congresses anywhere in the world. The Americas have one, Mexico has one, Oceania. They all host annual congresses, which could further enhance networking opportunities for your members. Now, we must remember, even if we've got an umbrella rules and regulations for Skål International, each club has their own flair, unique blend of members and dynamic. Membership experiences vary from club to club, which reflect the individual characters. So membership to every club is tailored to their own individuality and style, even though they adhere to the umbrella statutes and bylaws of Skål International. So when we're looking at this orientation course that we suggest that each club has, apart from all this content that we have discussed what Skål International offers, your club committee could also include the following, which we will discuss in your orientation session. So it could be the global information content, which we've just mentioned, and now your own flair and unique blend of what you would like to add on top of that within your orientation session for your club. And that could be discussions on your club's ethos, your club's vision and strategy. What is your demographic of your membership? So what type of members and what categories are represented in your club? When are your monthly functions? When are they held? What is the sequence of events and cost? What is expected from each member in the form of assistance at functions, prize offerings, networking workshops? You can have an introduction to the club committee and a different portfolio. You've got to add the details of that member on your club's social media platforms and WhatsApp groups. You can introduce your member to other clubs in your country and their committee details. Give them notifications of club and national meetings and AGAs. How to navigate the club, the national and international website. You can introduce your club's constitution to that member. You can introduce your national committee as well as the committees of all the clubs to your member. You can share your club's past project, success stories, charity drives and future projects, as they may be able to assist with your project planning in the future. You can also suggest a community connector group in your club, which they can participate in, because we know that there are always two types of people in any organization: people who need help and people who want to help. And then after the course, I can suggest a completion message or final words of encouragement, and you can say to your members, thank you for completing your Skål orientation course. You are now equipped with the knowledge and tools to maximize your membership. You can also explore our resource library and listen to other podcasts on the Skål app under the Knowledge Through Inspiration banner. And they must remember that Skål is your network, your community, and your catalyst for growth. The Training, Education and Florimond Care Fund Awareness Committee will partner with your club, national or area committee, to develop a bespoke orientation course for your members. So please let us know how we can assist your club. So to end this, congratulations and welcome to our Skål family. You are equipped, you are empowered and ready to thrive. This concludes our session, and we appreciate your time and attention and very grateful for your presence. Remember, learning is continuous, so stay curious. Thank you.